It's Wednesday. It's hump day. We've made it halfway through the week. It is a crazy world out there, but we've already got people showering in and coming in and getting points. Shaggy, first one to get a point. So excellent on that. Melissa, second, not to be left behind. I have to, you'll have to keep patience with me today because I am all alone today. And that means that I am not going to be very good. I am going to try my best here. No, Dan Wolf and Christina are not first, unfortunately. Dan Wolf is also not second. Dan Wolf goes for third. All right, Dan Wolf, trying all of the options. I appreciate that. Christina wasn't here for the rule change, so probably wasn't aware, but if we've got to change for those people who are first, second, and third, instead of only getting points when you're first, like we've had this time, first person who comes in and says first gets 3 points. After that person, whoever says second first gets 2 points. And after that person, first person to say third gets 1 point. So those another way that you can get points here. We're making the game a little more fun that way. But you have to do it in order. That's the tricky bit. Yeah. Oh, somebody has hosted us. This template I have not updated, I think. So I'm going to have to figure that out on my own. It looks like Septic hosted us. I've got it I think I've got it set up so that it does the alerts for Facebook. And I think it may do the alerts in the questions for this particular scene. But I'm not in this scene very often. I'll have to fix that at some point. It also doesn't have the background that I have on the one that we use more often. Let's see. Very simply put, so we've got our 4 people here so far, but it actually looks like we've got more who have come in. Christina is here. I need to make sure that that's down because I'm going to capture everybody's info here. Emily has made it in. Some more hostings happening. Hello. Patrick and Septic. All right, so there we go. We've got 8, it looks like, so far that have come in. Twitch on my phone is slower than Twitch on Patrick's phone. I think that means, Emily, that your phone is terrible. Does that mean? Was that rude of me to say? I think that's what that means. I don't know how to fix your phone. Your phone is mean to you in so many ways. Craig has shared the show. Thank you, Craig. It autocorrects all your stuff terribly, and then it goes slower, and it's just a mean phone. I would definitely get a different phone because that phone is a jerk phone. Autocorrect and Twitch aside, just the other than the things that are terrible, it's pretty great. So all right, fair enough. I take it all back. Keep your self-sabotaging slow Twitch phone and love it. Love that phone. I feel like I've got 7 people on my list. Oh, Craig is our 8th. That's good. For some reason, I've only got 7 on the counter, but I've seen 8 people so far because we've got Shaggy, Melissa, Dan Wolf, Christina, Emily, Patrick, Septic, and Craig. So that's 8. So we're doing good. The battery lasts, the GPS works, and the camera is great. Does it take amazing pictures of your food? That's the important thing. If it doesn't do that, then you got to throw it out. There's no way around it at that point, right? That's basically what phones were built for, is take pictures of food. All right, so we need at least a couple more people to filter in. I've only got 5 on the count for some reason. Not sure why that is not catching up with the number of people here who are hanging out. How's everybody's hump day? Do they do that in the UK, by the way? Do they call it hump day in the UK? Septic? Is that just an American thing? It's the hump that you get over, right? If you can get over the hump, then you can make it the rest of the week. If the battery lasts, hold on to that thing. Cell phones with working batteries are worth their weight in gold, which explains why they cost so much. That is true. Oh, Paul Jobson has joined us. All right. Let's see what people are doing. What is Mike? Are you just... What are we? What, Mike? Oh, what is it? What is it, Emily? What? All right, Paul, let's make sure you're on the list as well. Septic says, yeah, but isn't that Monday? No. What day is it, Emily? What day is it? I'm just hoping she just yells it in her house. I don't know how she's gonna make this happen in. No, I've seen it. I'm giving it to you. I'm helping you with this. You're not taking the opportunity here. All right, we're up to 9. And that is true. We do have an adult audience here, so the studio is a fire engine red. I went with that. So hopefully it hasn't pissed off Patrick too much. It's hump day. All right, so we need one more. To get started here. One more person in our list of people. We've got Shaggy, Melissa, Dan Wolf, Christina, Emily, PJ, otherwise known as Patrick, Septic, Craig, and Paul. One more. We're so close. Even though I know that Craig's going to leave partway through the show. That is the cheater bit that I'm not super excited about. But technically, I guess we need double digits just to start. And then if everybody leaves, I just do trivia with 2 people. That could be some. Which matches the fire engines driving past your condo. Do you have a lot of fire engines past your condo? Are you near a fire station? I don't feel like there's a fire station near you. So it's weird that you're having that. Oh, using an air fryer. Emily's using an air fryer for the first time. Anybody have any good air fryer recipes other than just put everything in an air fryer? It should only work on certain things, right? Because you can't beer batter dip something and then put it in an air fryer and hope that it's going to work out, because that's going to turn out terrible, right? That's my belief. You can do like fries and you can do like breaded things, but yeah, I think there's a stopping point in there somewhere. Paul has thrown a Karen despite not answering, not having a question yet. I'm not sure how to handle that. Septic says Mars bars. What about Mars bars? That seems random. You're going to put a Mars bar in the air fryer? Does a Mars bar in the air fryer work like anything? I feel like that's not going to work well. Fox Mill Firehouse about a mile down the road. Oh, okay. No, I could see that. Gotcha. So you're hearing it go by on Reston Parkway. Yeah. Fried catfish using a dry batter. Oh, we've got Smiles. Smiles is here. All right, I think we can get started then. I think that brings us to our official count of 10, even though we know for a fact that Craig's going to be leaving shortly. But I guess we'll get started. We've only 10 people. I feel like we had moments where we had 18 and 30, and now we're struggling to just get the 10. I don't know what we've done wrong. I'll be honest. It's definitely not how I smell, because you can't smell me. Mars bar deep fat fried are great. That I could see, Septic, but we're talking about an air fryer. The new air fryers, and I don't think you can't get the same type of thing happening with a Mars bar, I don't think. So, I don't know. Let's get started, because we've only got 10 people on the stream right now from what it says. So if I wait much longer, then it'll get down to 9, and then I'll have to wait again, and that's not going to be good. So question number 1, everyone do keep track of your own scores, because I'm doing this myself and it's only going to get like crazy. So question number 1 is way back in the day, how many pennies were in a shilling? Right? When they had shillings, how many pennies were in a shilling? It's just a tiny concentrated oven. It is. It's a concentrated oven, but it's also got convection that goes on, I think, is the other big thing. Doing the things right. People are starting to back to work and the whole adulting thing at night. Okay, so maybe that is the case. We've gotten back down to 9, but hopefully we've got 10 people answering. Caitlin is at the door. Caitlin has something to say. Would you? No, you don't want to participate at all?
I'm not allowed.
Why?
You kicked me out.
I kicked you out and you can't participate.
You're not allowed to come down here.
When did I say that?
In the kitchen.
No, I said you have a meeting today, and so you don't do the show today. That's all. We've got Jason Greenwald has joined us. Hi, Jason. Glad to have you here. Time's almost up for question number 1. Jason, gonna give it to you. Get you on here. Make sure that you have representation. All right. Dick Cheney, not the correct answer. I'll give you a style point, but that's not a shilling. That is, he was a bit of a shill, perhaps. Diving headfirst into the good ship Septic. All right, PJ. Seems like Patrick's going to be boating with Septic. We have to follow along on Facebook. I just realized I have to get in on Facebook to make sure that I'm seeing when you catch up over
Correct
there.
answer.
All right, nope, turn that off. That's terrible. All right, so we are waiting for that to catch up, and it has. Facebook has caught up. So time's up. There's no more answers. Totally forgot to share the show as well. I should do that. Just seems like the right thing to do. All right, so let's see. Those are all the ones. How many Cheneys are in a David Dugard? That's another. It seems like Paul is doing his own trivia show as well. Everyone, if you want to participate in that, I don't know what you might win from it. I also don't know if you'd want it, but it's another option for you. Septic says, "Well, I wasn't around when they were a thing. You are quite young. That is true." But Septic started with 12. Then it looks like a lot of other people jumped in with 12 as well. Paul went with pi. We do not give style points for pi. It is just a lazy answer. If you're just going to do pi or 69 for a number or 42, those are all fired. They've already been done. Everybody, it's just not even good anymore. So nothing there. 4, says Craig. He's the outlier. The correct answer, though, is 12. It is 12. So the young kid was correct. We had no idea, but absolutely nailed it. I do have to get all the answers. So let's see. Septic gets the 2 points because he was first. And then it looks like Patrick's going to get a point. And Melissa's going to get a point. And Emily gets a point. And Smiles gets a point. Those are all the points I've got there. So there. All right. So let's move on to question number 2. Septic says, it's a good thing I collect coins. Paul wants to know how about phi, the Greek symbol phi, the Greek letter of phi. That's not really a number, so it would be a weird thing to answer for a number. But let's go on to question number 2. Question number 2 is, in the human body, what is the hallux? What is the hallux? If I were to steal your hallux, what would I have? What would I have more of? What is a hallux? 60 seconds on the clock. So yeah, let's see what people come in with on that. That seems like a harder question. This is not a reference to Voldemort, by the way. I know that that's what people are going to try and go with, and it is not. It is not something he's been broken up into or anything like that. It is a part of the human body. Oh, we've got an answer in ear bone. The thick muscle behind your buttocks, your butt muscle. Is that what you're going with? I like it. Bludgeoning kittens in latex leotards. That's not a part of the human body at all, Jason. That is nothing to do with the human body. Those are all things that you can do with a human body or you can put on a human body, but not a piece of a human body. Paul says a slice of cheese, also not a part of the body. That is not the thing. Melissa says a big toe. That's all right. We've got a Karen from Emily. And let's see, what other ones do we have? The heel bone, interesting guess as well. Septic goes with the small toe. Nico says, sorry I'm late. Nico, we're so glad to have you, though. Glad you made it. The answer will be a mystery for me because I have to head out and enjoy the night. Well, here's the good news, Craig. You didn't get it right, so you don't have to worry about it. Craig's Smile says it's the kidney. The tongue bone, says Nico. I don't think the tongue has a bone. I feel like it's all muscle in there. The skin under your elbow. Oh, that's a good guess. That there. All right. Danny is here as well. Glad to have Danny here. Make sure that I get people on the score sheet. Nico and Danny both now joining us. All right, so let's go to the actual answer because let's go to the chat. But I'm gonna say time's up as well because time was definitely up over on Facebook already. And I did it. I already had hit it. Never mind. You've got this. Don't body shame your kittens. I'm not body shaming your kittens. I'm saying that your kittens are not human bodies. That's what I'm saying. They're not a part of the human body. That's it. All right. So I'd already done this stuff. Steam is here, which is funny because Steam should be at another meeting. So I'm not sure why he's here. If Craig leaves for another meeting, then Steam leaves for another meeting. All right. So the correct answer is the big toe. It is your big toe. So Melissa got it right. 2 points there. Unfortunately, Emily, a negative point for you because it was answered correctly. Danny got it in, but not in time. So yeah, just missed it. But the answer, the big toe. We have 16 people on board. Hey, everybody who's here. Not everybody's talking. If you want to join in, feel free to throw answers into the chat. That's how we keep track of everything. That's how you answer. You get 60 seconds and you join us that way. So, all right, let's move on. Since Steam is here, give him a chance to maybe get an answer in. Question number 3 is the Commonwealth, created to honor the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, is the most complicated cocktail in the world. How many ingredients does it have? 60 seconds on the clock. We'll do a closest for this. It's a Wednesday. It's early in the week. Closest answer gets the points here if nobody gets it absolutely correct. So the most complicated cocktail in the world, it's called the Commonwealth. How many ingredients does it have? All right, we've got a bunch. Oh, we're starting with 9. We've got 25. We've got 70. Do I get 100? Does anybody have 100? We seem to be going up in increments here. Anyone going to go with 100? 125, 150. Anybody got 150? Whoa, we're going 26. We're going back down. We got another 70. This is a very weird thing. We're doing 44. We got a 44. Anyone going with a 56 maybe? Anybody got a 56? 666. Yes. No, that's another one that's just been fired, Paul. These are all the gimmies, Paul. 42, 666. Those were in the first few weeks we knocked those out. PJ's going with the 69. I'm genuinely disappointed with you. All right. Time is up. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that one. I'm going to do this again. Time is up on the chat. And then I'm going to let Facebook catch up. Ignore the times up that I just put in there. I'm going to put in a second one. All right. Jason says that it's heroin, ketamine, Alfredo sauce, plastic bottle vodka, and cumin. So you're going with the 5? Just 5. So I'll give you a style point, Jason. That wasn't a number, but I do like the ingredient list that you came up with. All right, so now time is officially up. There you go. I gave you some opportunities. Patrick would like to try what you're selling, Jason. All right, so let's see. It's what my mom called them. Oh, all right. They call them your kittens. I only know because my grandmother's bunion removal stories. That is a sad, strange way to know that information. I hope she's okay. All right, so let's take a look at these answers. It ranged from 70 down to 9 of all the answers that people were guessing for real. There is a 666, which is an actual number, so That feels like it's an actual answer. The correct answer is 71 ingredients. 71 ingredients. So nobody got it exactly right, but the closest is going to be 70. Danny and Emily both got 70 on that. Patrick, you were so close. So close with that one because you went with 69 by just being a joke. But almost got it anyway. And Smiles went with 42, which actually wasn't that far off, I guess. It's like half. So, but all the people who guessed 70 get their points. Just the two of you. It's Danny and Emily I have. Emily with 1 point and Danny with 2 points. All right. Trey has joined us. Look at that. Coming in hot. There's good old Trey. All right, so let's see. I want to make sure that we are making this in the correct order. Happy Canada Day. That's where Canadians come from. Canada. That's ridiculous. Does it take 2 hours to make? I don't know, Melissa. I don't actually know the list. If anybody wants to go and try and find it online and give us the list of what it is. Oh, there you go. Paul's got it. Record-breaking cocktail boasts 71 ingredients. That was in 2014. Let's see. You know what? I feel like I'm going to go on to this and find out what's on it. Let's see. More ingredients than anything else in the world. From Tanzanian cloves to Belizean dragon fruit and Malaysian Genegal to an English red apple and Scottish wild strawberry. So it seems like what you're doing is blending a bunch of things, like a bunch of fruit. So it's like a fruit punch. That's what I'm seeing. Let's see. It doesn't tell us oh, here we go. It has things from every continent to as part of the whole concept. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to get to all this. Devil's Claw from Botswana. Bitter Leaf from Cameroon. Taro from Ghana. Chives from Kenya. Rose Hips from Lesotho. I'm not going to say that right. Cacao, Wild Raspberry. Cassava. Prickly Pear. Utazi Leaves. Papaya. Citronella. Cashew Nut. Rubus. Sycamore Fig. Cloves. Nagataki Eggplant. Sorrel. Dragon Fruit. Arabica Coffee Beans. Loganberry. Bitter Crest. Sugar Cane. St. Helena Tea Plant. Jujube. Durian Fruit. There you go. Mangosteen. Galangal. Pomegranate. Saffron. Rambutan. Ripe Jackfruit. Mango. Tamarind. Egg Fruit. Sour Cherry. Noni. Sage. Guava Leaf. Lemongrass. Okra. Devil's Horn Whip. Tamarind. Sweet Basil. Arrow Fruit. Tonka Bean. Sapodilla. Basil Thyme. Red Apple. Macaque Berry. Blueberries. New Potatoes. No, I don't know what new potatoes are. Lavender, Star Anise, Bog Rosemary, Scottish Strawberry, Wild Cononeaster, Aniseed Myrtle, Custard Apple Seeds. I'm not even looking at the chat right now. Everyone right now is telling me to stop. I'm sure of it. Custard Apple Seeds, Dry Coconut Meat, Pumpkin Seeds, Manuk Honey, Pawpaw, Yam, Taro again. That seems like cheating. Wasn't there a taro above? I feel like there's 2 taros. Lady's Finger, Taro Leaves, Avocado, Breadfruit, Plantain, and Kava Root. There you go. That is all of it. My goodness. There's no way I want to try that. That's not at all interesting to me at all. I would never. There's so much going on there. But they had taro from Ghana. And then they had taro also from Guinea, Papua New Guinea. Oh, but they're different taros. They're technically two different like plants, even though they're both known as taros. All right, there you go. That is a grunt. These are crazy. That's a lot of stuff. I don't even know what that's gonna taste like. Garbage, right? There's no way that tastes good. Nico says night. Oh, you're gone. Are you leaving? Does Nico take out what? All right. Yeah, Pangea Punch. There's a bunch of things. A lot of herbs. So there you go. That is it. Bet it just tastes like booze. Not one of those was booze though. I feel like that did I say one booze thing? I feel like they missed an entire was there vodka? There had to be something in there that actually had alcohol, right? I don't remember saying a single thing that was alcohol. All right, let's get to it. Now that you all are making this at home, let's go to question number 4. And question number 4 is, who was the first sea captain to sail around the world? It's Thomas Marvello Riddle's favorite drink. That makes sense to me. 60 seconds on the clock. Maybe it's alchemy and it turns it into alcohol. I guess if you wait long enough, it becomes alcohol, right? You put all that together, you put it in a bottle, you wait 2 years, and then you're good. All right, so we need the name of the first sea captain to sail around the world. Around the world. And interestingly enough, this person picked out all of those ingredients and brought them back so that they could make this particular drink. It's true. I'm making that up. Captain Kirk, says Paul. Not the first. It definitely went around the world, I would think, right? So I'll give you a style point for that. But we've got Cook, we've got Magellan, we got another Cook. A young man named Charles Fletcher. Fun fact, he invented the boat. He did invent the boat. A style point for you, Septic. Carmen Sandiego. That is not a sea captain, nor I don't know if they sailed around the world. I think there was a lot of airplanes there, but I'll give you a style point for that, Jason. Nico goes with Captain Crunch, which is, I don't think, an actual captain. I think that's just a type of cereal, but you'll get a style point for that. Let's see. Magellan's mate who got promoted when Magellan died. What was Magellan's mate's name? Do we have a name for that? I said to Patrick, isn't that Magellan? And he said, no. You have no idea what his name was. Well, that's not going to work for this trivia game. That's not how we roll here. And then, so he said no, and then he said Magellan. Is that what you're saying? No, he said Magellan's mate. Pretty sure he didn't get to Lethos, though, since it's not on the water. That's probably true. So he's trying to sabotage you. It's always number 2. Captain Morgan. That is not correct, but I will give you a style point for that. And Jason wants another style point for Ron Jeremy, who's neither a captain or went around the world. All right, so the actual answer, here's the interesting thing. Nobody went with a Karen, and the correct answer is Sir Francis Drake. So nobody got Drake. Yeah, no one got it right, and nobody threw a Karen to try and get a point on that one. So 0 points across the board for question 4. It seems like Wednesday's getting hard for people. That is the Ron Jeremy reference that Jason made. Let's move on to question number 5 and see maybe if that one's going to be a little easier for people. Question number 5 is, in inches per year, how much rainfall must occur in an area for it to be considered a rainforest? 60 seconds on the clock. Ron Jeremy may not have gone around the world, but he did go to the San Francisco airport one time because I met him there. Dan Wolf, look at that. One degree of separation from Ron Jeremy, which is not enough degrees for me. I would want to be far more degrees away from Ron Jeremy personally. I thought he was just good at killing Spanish sailors. That's fair. All right. So we need to know the number of inches per year of rainfall that an area must have for it to be considered a rainforest. At least this many is what we need. About 20 seconds left on the clock, and you'll have to get your answers into the chat for them to count and get them in on time. That is the other the piece that makes it tricky. You got to get it in on time. All right, so let's see. I've got to do this. That'll make it easier later on. All right, time's up. We're going to go to the chat and see what people... We're ranging from like 150 down to just 28. So that's quite a run that people are going with here. I'm surprised by how different people's answers are here. Who's boating with people? That's the other question we need to find out. We've got a couple of Karens, Paul and Nico, both going with Karens. Eric has slid in at the last second and answered. I like it. It's like grabbing your hat underneath the door as you are Indiana Jones. You just barely slid in there. So I guess what we have to figure out first is, did anyone get it right? Because if anyone got it right, then that means that all the people who did Karens, we have 2 Karens, are going to lose some points, which would be very, very sad. But in this case is what is happening. So Nico, unfortunately, falling to the -1. That is unfortunate, right? Nico got the -1, and Paul also with a -1. All right, so now we have to find out who got it correct. And remember, this wasn't closest, means somebody had to get it absolutely correct. And that person is Patrick. Patrick with 2 points. The 100 inches of rain per year makes it a rainforest. So PJ Patrick Maloney gets 2 points for being first. Smiles gets a point, and Trey gets a point, and Eric gets a point. So points all around on that one. Not bad guessing for those who didn't know. It's a lot. There's a lot of rain in the rainforest, just so you know. Can't beat my best of -10 today, but still -1 is a good start. Yeah, that is true. All right, so let's go on. So I guess maybe should I do scores so that people can follow along? I guess that's good because it's just me. So I've got scores just alphabetical. Danny's got 2 points. Dan Wolf has 1 point. Emily's got 1 point. Eric has 1 point. Melissa's got 5 points. Nico's got -1. Paul's got -1. Patrick's got 3. Septic's got 2. Shaggy's got 3. Smiles has 2. And Trey has 1. That's what we've got. So if yours is different than what I'm seeing, if you've got a different setup than mine, just let me know. I'm trying my best to keep up on everything. I think I have 3 correct and 1 Karen. 3 correct and 1 Karen. I've got 2 correct and 1 Karen for you. I've got question 1 and 3. So you were close. You got the shillings, and you were closest with 70 for the ingredients. And then, which was the other one that you got? Big Toe was a Karen. Question 4 was Francis Drake, which you didn't get. And then this last one. Did I miss you on this last one? No, you had 75 on this last one. Yeah, I've got 2 correct and one Karen, and I think that's right. Emily has 100 Jobson points though. That's pretty good. All right, so let's go to question number 6. Question number 6. What do we call the island of Formosa now? if I were to refer to it in today's world, what is it called now? The island of Formosa. 60 seconds on the clock. Nico's moved over to YouTube. There's a party over there on Twitch as well, Nico. That's the fastest of them, apparently. We've got some good guesses. Hawaii, Taiwan. All right. Both are islands, so that's a good start, right? Paul's going with a Karen. We're starting to see some people boat up on Taiwan, it looks like. That seems to be a very popular answer. We've got about 25 seconds left on the clock for people to get their answers in. So we'll see who gets it right and who does not get it right. Because those are both important things. Those are both very important pieces. I feel like Paul is like screwing with us and he actually knows all the answers and he just is like, nah, I'm not going to do it. All right, so time's up. We're going to go over to the chat and see what the answers are. A lot of Taiwans, Crete we've also got, and some Karens coming in. This could be a tough one. It sounds almost made up, right? I would agree with that. So let's see. But it looks like the vast majority of people really feel like it is Taiwan. So there's going to be a lot of disappointed people if it's not Taiwan, it looks like. So we can hope. But there's going to be disappointed people if it is Taiwan as well. So, all right. So let's see. First, we've got some Karens. We've got Emily and Paul, it looks like, who have both gone with a Karen. And Eric has gone with Fantasy Island, which is a style point. I'll give you a style point for Fantasy Island. That's pretty good. I haven't heard that one in a while. In an indirectly related note, I have a client named Formosa. Oh, all right. Jason's going and doing dinner. Thank you for hanging out, Jason. We appreciate it. Trivia Against Humanity. We'll hopefully see you again sometime. Let's see. The client formerly known as Formosa. Yeah, that's true. It's now Mr. and Mrs. Taiwan. Dan's doubling down on the Taiwan thing. So I guess since we have two Karens, we need to find out if anybody got it right. And the answer is yes. Someone actually did get it right. The person who got it right is Dan Wolf. 2 points to Dan Wolf. Everybody else who who answered Taiwan also gets a point because the answer is indeed Taiwan. So yeah, I didn't even know that one. So that's something I have learned. I guess I never really thought of Taiwan being anything other than Taiwan, but that is the case. So so let's make sure everybody gets their points. Any others that I'm missing? Nope. I think I've gotten all of them. Paul says, I guess I should get my loser's speech ready. Yeah, you may want to work on it. I've only got a few questions left, and I'm not sure who else is going to catch up with you. Let's go to question number 7, which is, prosciutto is the Italian word for what? If I were to say prosciutto, what is that translated to? 60 seconds on the clock. Let's see what people come up with. Keith, you may have thought of it as China. That's at least China thinks of it as China. Let's see. I'm not their case manager, so I won't giggle every time I talk to them. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Champagne. We have a Karen. We've got ham. All right. Answers coming in, about 30 seconds left. Let's see what people are able to get at Paul with our early Karen. It's always challenging to do a Karen. It's very brave to Karen early because then people could come in with the correct answer. And if they don't, then if you Karen late, you know if people are going to answer correct or not. That's easier to do. But if you come in early, that's pretty brave to Karen early in a round. All right, time's up. So we're going to go over to the chat and take a look at what people have answered. Lots of hams, porky piglets, cured ham, pig, salted pork. All right, so definitely things around this concept. We're gonna have to figure out what is the right answer out of all of these. And let's see. I'm weird. I feel like you don't need to say cured ham, because isn't ham cured? Isn't that like part of what ham is? There uncured ham? I guess there's like a ham, like there's a piece of there's like a picnic ham or something like that that's part of the pig, but like when you talk about ham, it's like a cured thing, right? I feel like that's like a gimme. But yeah, I'm not sure. I am not a culinary expert. What I do know is there's a fresh ham. Okay, fresh ham. Well, this is weird then, because what I've got as the answer is I've got the word ham. Prosciutto is the Italian word for ham. So is it a cured ham? Then is that a fresh ham? I mean, it's definitely a dried ham, prosciutto itself, right? So, and it's not, I don't know if prosciutto is cooked either. I feel like it's just hung. It's like salted and hung, right? So, let's see. There's so many options here. We're going to have to vote on some of this. Ham, I think, is the winner, right? So I'm going to give 2 points to Emily for the correct answer. Nico gets a point. We've got Patrick with a point. And we've got Eric with a point. So the next question is, Trey went with cured ham. Does that seem like it is correct answer? I put that it was. I feel like that's correct. It's a cured ham, right? But then other hams would be fresh hams. I think we're going to go split the difference on that and say everybody gets that point. Porky piglets, I think, is not correct, because that's along with Danny with pig. It's not actually the translation to pig. It's to one piece of the pig. It's a ham. The one I'm curious about, what do you guys feel about Smiles' guess of salted pork? What do you think? It's technically salted pork, but I don't know that prosciutto like actually translates to salted pork. It translates to ham, but then ham is a salted pork. Let's see. Pig is pig to you. Yes, I understand that pig is pig to you, but bacon is pig as well, and that would be something else. It's like bacon is top of a pig shaped in the form of a pig. Bacon on top of bacon shaped in the form of pig. I see what you're saying. Yes. All right. So you're going to say no to salted pork. You think salted pork is not a valid answer. That's what Dan Wolf's going with. Anyone else how do you feel about salted pork as a correct answer? All right. I feel like salted pork isn't necessarily cured, and it would have to be cured, because you could just salt some pork and then eat it and it'd be delicious. That's my thinking. Not sure for sure, but oh, that's a no for me, dog. Yeah, I'm probably not a good Randy Jackson voice. I don't feel like I've got that. Nobody else is saying anything. I thought you asked what the word translated to, not the description of the food item. I did. Yeah, it was. Prosciutto is the Italian word for what? Right? So prosciutto, I think if I were to like put that in Google Translate, what would it be? Anyone doing that? Does it go into ham? Is that what it is? Prosciutto means ham. Okay. All right. That's true. All right, we move on. We're going to move on. It's fine. It's going to be fine. We don't need these points. It's not that important. Salt pork not equal ham. All right. there you go. It would be ham. But it's not, because I could salt pork, not cure it, and just have salty pork, fresh pork, right? I think so. I think that's a thing. All right, let's move on to question number 8. It could be a different part of the pig, right? I feel like it could be like, because you could salt pork and it could be bacon, right? Seems like that's another thing. Let's see. Louis Armstrong has the nickname Satchmo. The Satch is short for satchel. What is the Mo short for? 60 seconds on the clock. Yeah. It's also it's a specific cut. Yeah, I think so. I want to give people points. That's what I want to do. I want to find excuses to give people points, but I don't know that I can do it this time. So, Mo Cowbell. I'm going to give you a style point for that, Dan Wolf. It is arguably not Mo Cowbell. We've got mustache and mouth, both very close to each other. 30 seconds left on the clock. So we'll see if anybody is able to get this one right. This could be tricky. This one might be a tricky one that catches people. Let's see what people have. Minnesota. A few more mouths coming in. I see that. All right. Any other types of guesses? We've got all of our firsts on that. Another mustache. And time's up. All right. Chat. More. All right. Smiles goes with more. We've got mustache. We've got mouth. We've got Mo Cowbell. Those are our main answers right now. We're going to wait for Facebook to catch up and see what answer goes. Paul's going with a Karen. So we have to find out if anybody has gotten it correct. It's short for satchel mouth, which is much better than smash mouth. Let's see. Eric goes with mama. All right. Satchel mama. Good old satchel mama. I'm going to style point for style points, I think, for Mo Cowbell, Minnesota, and mama. None of those are even close to correct. It's really going to be between mouth and mustache or Karen, which is not the case. Somebody did get it right. It is either mouth or mustache, and the correct answer is mouth. It is satchel mouth. Good old satchel mouth. I assume because he could keep so much air in his mouth, like a satchel, big mouth. It's like a satchel mouth. I guess that's what it was. I'm not sure where he got it from, but that is the correct answer. And that means we're moving on to question number 9, which is known as the second to last question. The infamous, not quite the end of the show question. Keep in mind that at the end of the show, we have one bonus question, because this is going to be this is your Wager Wednesday. So we're going to have one last question. We're going to show you the category for that question. And then you're going to get to bet as many points as you've earned this week. So you know. So here we go. It is time for the next to last question. The almost the end question. Question number 9. What kind of particles are said to come in flavors? What type of particles have flavors? Flavors of particles. 60 seconds on the clock. When you refer to this particle, you would refer to the flavor of this particle. What type of particle is that? What type of particle? Is it a salt particle, perhaps? A flavor particle. Rainbow sprinkles particle. That's good. I like that. You get a style point for rainbow sprinkles. I like that one a lot. Oh no, Paul has moved away from the Karens. Is now going for actual answers. Sort of. Maybe. Flavonoids. That sounds like it could be a correct answer. That it has flavors, right? It's a flavonoid. It seems like it's right. Time is almost up, though. So get your answers in. Make sure that you have them. because we want to make sure that we get points to everybody that deserves them. Let's see. We've got Quarks. We've got Planks. We've got Rainbow Sprinkles. Trey has a question, and that question is Quarks. Quarks? Pop Rocks, says Diana. I get you a style point for Pop Rocks. That's good. That is definitely a flavorful particle, right? I think we can all agree on that. Some more Quarks, it looks like. That seems to be the most popular of them. Rosellen has joined us. There you go. Evening late as fuck again. Preparing for guests this Saturday. Oh, you're gonna get some people to this weekend. That's great. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm just glad we were able to have the show for you, Rosellen, because we've had to cancel a few times. Eric also went with Quarks, it looks like, and Melissa as well, which is probably a good idea to have done that, because the correct answer is Quarks. That is it. Yes. So they've got different ones. They have some fantastic different names. Eric has said one. Yeah, there's Rosellen. I gave you a point. Even though it's all Quarks, a down quark is one of the flavors. There's up, down. There's strange, which is my favorite, and charm, right? And what are some other ones? I think there's other ones as well, right? Is there left and right or something like that? There's or it's like no, it's up and down and top and bottom, I think, which is kind of funny because they're very similar. And then I think strange and charm, which are my favorite ones. Those are the real good names, I think. All right, so 2 points goes to Patrick for getting that one correct first. Dana wants some chocolate quark. Yeah, that would be delicious. Some chocolate quarks. That you wouldn't taste it very well because it's very little. All right, so let's get to our last question. Well, technically a second to last question. It's the last question of this game, this episode. But we do have the Wager Wednesday after that, so stick around because you could double up your points if you wanted to. So let's move to question number 10. What is the name of the brightest star in the night sky? What is the name of the brightest star in the night sky? All right, let's see what people come up with here. The brightest star in the night sky. We need that answer in the chat. Venus, the evening star. Now, Venus is a planet, unfortunately. That is not a star. We're looking for the name of the brightest star in the night sky. Paul has gone with a Karen. There we go. Trey has made a reference to Harry Potter. I see. We've got a couple of different answers. Sirius and Dog Star. All right. This is good. I'm glad that we're getting some different things in. We've got about 10 seconds left on the clock, so you will want to get your answers in to there as soon as possible. And I'm going to try and see, let's see who we've got in our chat. Time's up, so let's move over to the chat and take an eye gander at this. So we're waiting for the last answers to come in. I will say that somebody got it correct. So the Karen is not correct, unfortunately. Septic, you get a style point, but that is absolutely incorrect because it is in the night sky. And so the sun is not in the night sky by definition. That is how the night sky works. In fact, that's how we define the night sky, is to when the sun is not in it. All right, so time is up. The correct answer is either Sirius or Dog Star. Both of those are correct. The Dog Star or Sirius are both right. So Trey's going to get 2 points to be the first one with the correct answer. And then let's see. Nico gets a point. Paul gets a negative point, which Might have been on purpose. It looks like Melissa's going to get a point. And Rosellen is going to get a point. Rolled in here. Got 2 in a row right at the end there. That's very well done, Rosellen. Smiles gets a point. And let's see. Septic doesn't get a point because he said the sun. Trey says the dog star. You don't get 2 points, but you did get that right. Danny, Sirius A. I believe Sirius and Sirius A probably the same thing. Somebody tell me if that's not correct, but I'm going to give Danny a point because it seems close enough. Eric also getting a point for that. So there you have it. Rosellen says Sirius means glowing in Greek, if I remember correctly. All right, cool. Nico has turned into a dog because it's a dog star. I get it. I would totally pet you, Nico, just so you know. If you were a puppy, I would pet you. All right, so those are all of the answers that I've got here. Those are all of the questions that I've got, except our Wager Wednesday. So I need to do some things. I need to go and get points into the main trivia point thing. So Danny, you got 7 for the night. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm going to go put these over here, and I'll give people their totals here in a minute. All right. So Danny got 7 for the night. Dan Wolf got 3 for the night. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know if... I feel like Dan Wolf was doing really well and disappeared on us a little bit. So 3 for the night. And then Emily has 4 for the night. Emily's got 4. Eric's got 4 for the night. And this is his first time here on the show this week, so I've got to add him in to the spreadsheet. I know this is exciting watching spreadsheets happen, but I got to do this because remember, you're going to be able to actually bet as many points as you've had for the entire week. So I need to make sure that I can give you those accurate numbers. All right, so let's see what else we've got. Melissa got 9. Melissa got 9 for the night. Nico's got 2 for the night. And there, she's over there. 2 for the night. Paul got -5, but isn't even on our thing for the week. So that's easy enough for us to go and resolve. 7 for PJ. 7 for PJ. Otherwise known as Patrick. 7. 2 for Septic. So if any of these are wrong, let me know so I can correct them for the night. Shaggy's got 3. Smiles has 3. And who else? Trey has 7. And Rose Ellen came in and got 2 right at the end. All right, there we go. We've got them all. Yes, 2 serious stars, 1 A and 1 B. Oh, interesting. All right, so we're going to pull up the category, and I am then going to let you know what your score is for the week. All right? And you can let me know how much you want to wager. So the category is medicine. And now I'm going to go kind of from the top down of people who have been answering today. So Danny, you've got 7 for the entire week. You could bet up to 7. Dan Wolf has 28 for the week. Diana Smiles has 11 for the week. Emily has 64 for the week. Eric has 4 for the week. Melissa's got 9 for the week. Nico's got 2 for the week. Patrick's got 42 for the week. Rosellen's got 2 for the week. Septic's got 6 for the week. Shaggy's got 11. Trey's got 28. All right. So you can bet as many points as you have for the week on this next question. All right. So I'm going to go from the top and take a look. Trey says standard bet all in, ignoring the category. All right. So Trey, you're going 28 points in. I have registered your bet. Rosellen says half. All right. So Rosellen, you had 2 points. So you're going to go with 1 point in for this question. Patrick says all in. Seems like a strong thing since he is in the health professional there. So let's go with Patrick. You're going with 42 points in. All in. Could lose it all or double it up. Danny goes with 7. Danny's going to go 7 points in. So all in for Danny. Thank you for that. Smiles. Diana Smiles is all in. All right, going all 11 points in. Emily's going to go conservative. Emily's going with 15 points. 15 points in. Septic is all in. So we've got 6 points being bet for Septic. Nico's going with 2, which is her all in. Melissa says she's all in as well. 32 points, trying to double up her score. Eric's going with 4, which is his all in as well. Nico says all in as well. Yep, you've got your 2. All right, those are all the bets that I see. I think we've got everybody but Shaggy saying anything. And I'm not sure that Shaggy's still here. Oh, and Dan Wolf, who I think may have pulled out as well. So those are all the people betting who have points to bet. This is going to get interesting. I guess what we should do is announce a winner, though, right? Because I feel like we should be betting. The winner should be the person who won the game, the 10-question game, right? And then the Wager Wednesday is a whole separate thing, I feel like. Does that seem fair? I think that that's the right way to do it. So while we're doing this, I just want to announce... Oh, you know what? We forgot shares. We forgot our shares. I knew I was missing something. This is why you shouldn't put me in charge of anything. I should not be in charge of anything ever. That's just the way it is. You should never trust me with anything ever. I've got a point for Rosellen, a point for Trey, a point for Paul, a point for Shaggy, a point for Craig, a point for Emily, and a point for who? That's it. And so then we go to the hostings. All of the hostings. Shaggy gets another point for hosting. Septic gets a point for hosting. Trey gets a point for hosting. And Patrick gets a point for hosting. This is going to make my life of making things line up that much harder. All right, so let's go back and take a look at, can I put these side by side or one on top of the other? That's what I want to do. I want to put them one on top of the other. That's the important bit. All right, so people who got shares were Craig, who's not participating at all right now. So I'll make sure that he gets his point. It is Emily who's got an extra point. So does that change your view, Emily? You're still going to stick with your 15 bet? Because you now have a 5 for today. Emily got that. Paul just gets a point, still in the negatives though, so you can't do a bet, unfortunately. Patrick has +1 for a share. So that puts an 8. And then you were all in, so I'm going to do 43 points instead. Rosellen, I believe, so you get an extra point. And you wanted half, so we can't do half points. So we'll keep you at 1 for now. Because you now have 3 points, so half is 1 point. Stick with 1. All right, cool. Septic has an extra point. Septic was all in. So 3 points for the day, but 6 was your bet. We're going to 7 for your bet. Shaggy didn't do a bet. Trey has an extra point today, or extra 2 points today. So 9 points today, and 2 more points into this means 30 points total. All right, I think we're all caught up now. I feel like we're good. All right. We have settled it, I think. So now we're going to move on to the question. The question for, our winner. I meant to say, well, I'll do the winner after. Our question for our Wager Wednesday is, if you have an excess of uric acid in your blood, you most likely suffer from what ailment? So if you have an excess of uric acid in your blood, you most likely suffer from what ailment? 60 seconds on the clock. Let's see what people are able to guess here. 50 seconds. Keep in mind, the person answers first doesn't get any more points. So if you want to throw people off, if you know the answer, you can wait until the very end. All right. Let's see. 30 seconds left. Remember, you do have to get it in time. That's important. We've got about 20 seconds left. Got some different answers. Gout, hyperuricemia, scurvy. All right. We'll see what people come up with on this. Time is up. We're going to the chat. Let's watch Facebook as it comes in. This is gonna be a little tricky, I think. This might be a tricky one for us. We'll see. The disease of kings, says Trey. Eric says being stoned. It's a different type of acid, I think, that you're going for. That's a totally different acid. It's more tripping. Gout would also cause tripping, maybe. That's quite possible. All right, so time is up on all. So this is interesting. The answer that I have is gout. That is the correct answer. The reason why this might be interesting, so scurvy, definitely wrong. Unfortunately, septic, you do not win this round. You get a -7 points. But interesting thing that we may need to put up to vote. Rosellen says hyperuricemia, which is the term for having too much uric acid in your system. That is like the scientific term for it. But the thing that I would argue is that if you have excess uric acid in your blood, you definitely suffer from that. We said you most likely suffer from what ailment? And you would definitely suffer from that ailment. You are likely to suffer from gout. You don't necessarily, I don't think it's a 1-for-1 for gout, but you're likely to have it. But you definitely have hyperuricemia. Or simica? I don't know how you say that. So is that correct? Do you guys want to do you think that Rosellen should get the point? I feel like it's technically correct, but I'm not sure. What do you think? I'm leaving it up to the folks in the chat. You let us know what you think. We work as a team here, especially when I'm all alone. So we've got one that says to give it to her. All right. Septic says, yeah, I'd give it to her. All right. Looks like for most part, we're saying give it to her. I think that that's fair. It is technically correct. Greek language understanding loophole. All right. There you go. So Points all around. Did anybody not answer? Let's see. Anyone not answer that was betting? I've got to redo this. Let's see. Wager Wednesday. That's supposed to have gone here. All right. So let's see. People that answered. Got to make sure. Danny had an answer. Yeah. Danny got gout. Diana. Yep. Diana has gout. Emily. Emily also has gout. Eric did not get gout. Nope. Did not get gout. So a -4 points, unfortunately, for Eric. So sorry about that. Melissa. Did Melissa have gout? I don't do things by accident very often, just so you know. Melissa was let's see. Yep, Melissa has got all kinds of gout. Nico definitely got gout. Patrick. Yep, gout for Patrick. Rosellen cheated with her Latin, but also gets the points. And Trey had gout. Yep. All right. So pretty much everybody had gout. Everybody got gout that round. So points for everyone. The winner for today, though, if we go back to the points for the actual show, it looks like I'm going to put this in reverse alphabetical order by number. And it is, let's see, Danny got 7 points. Trey got 7 points. But Patrick got 8 points. And Melissa got 9 points. Our winner is Melissa. Yeah, Melissa. We need your acceptance speech in the chat. And we need to know what color you want the studio tomorrow for a theme Thursday, everybody. So you'll have to come back and try and guess the theme and get some bonus points tomorrow. But this is good. It looks like right now we've got some crazy points going on. Emily's got 80 points. Melissa's got 64 points. Trey's got 60 points. Patrick's got 86 points for the season. So there's a lot of points out there happening. This could be anybody's race, though, because remember, you can only win the T-shirt once. Some of these folks already have their T-shirts. So we will see who ends up winning at the end of this week. And there's a lot of points still out there to be able to gain. All right, let's see. While we're waiting on that, there's apparently a loser speech that I'm supposed to click on, which I am not going to do. There's no way I'm clicking on a link. I've been taught by security professionals that I'm not doing that. So it's not happening. No chance. Paul can give a loser speech in the chat if he wants to, but I would highly suggest not clicking on that link. That's just how it's going to work. I know better. Yeah, it's probably malware or it's buttholes or something. It's not a thing that I at all want to find out. All right, so while we're waiting on the acceptance speech, let's do some business, people. Let's get down to business. Not only is this trivia, but there's also a podcast called Another Wasted Hour. Go up to any place that has podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, any of those, and search for Another Wasted Hour. There's 140 episodes. There's comedy. There's like crazy news. There's some trivia in there. We made up our own game show called Please God Just Get One Right. And then there's also some really great music and art from musicians and artists from the Washington, D.C. area that you'll be exposed to that you've probably never heard of before. So go check it out. And it's absolutely free. If you like it, subscribe. You can give us a review and some stars. That would be awesome. If you don't want to have that kind of commitment, you can go on Facebook at Another Wasted Hour, like us there, and listen to episodes there. Or YouTube also has them. Or go to listen.anotherwastedhour.com to check it out. All of those things would be cool. For this show, please subscribe or follow us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Turn on notifications so that you know when we are live. And if we're ever going to be late, we usually do this at 7 o'clock every night, but if we're late by a substantial amount because of technical issues or whatever else, we're going to post that on social media, so you'll want to follow us at A Wasted Hour on Twitter, and another Wasted Hour on Facebook and Instagram. We also have a secret society, secret group. It's not that secret. It's over on another Wasted group. So go give us a follow there, and you can be a part of the show, how it moves and changes and things like that. All right, so we've got some things. This is good. Let's see. We've got a review. We've got reviews. This is fantastic. Paul has his loser speech, which is another Wasted Hour trivia loser speech. We are no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment is what I'm thinking of. You won't get this from any other guy. If anyone doesn't know where this is going, just follow along. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Got to make you understand, I'm never going to give you up. I'm never going to let you down. I'm never going to run around and desert you. I'm never going to make you cry. I am never going to say goodbye. Never going to tell a lie and hurt you. Look, we've known each other for far too long, and your heart's aching, but you're too shy to say it. And inside, we know what's been going on. We know the game, and we're going to play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me that you're too blind to see that I'm never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never going to run around and desert you. Never going to make you cry. Never going to say goodbye. Never going to tell a lie and hurt you. That's from Paul there, the dramatic reading of a very classic song and its lyrics. Danny says, everyone should listen to another Wasted Hour podcast. It is a great podcast to listen to, and Keith's comedy styling is amusing as fuck. It is very bingeable, and since there have been new ones, there have not been new ones recently, it is time to catch up. I feel like when I get down to the DC area again, I'm going to know what bands to check out and where I should go to hear good music and what music I should be listening to during my day. So there you go. Getting down to brass tacks. What? We're getting down to brass tacks. Yeah, we're getting down to the business. Regular trivia segment on the podcast is interesting, educational, and has stumped me more than once. Yeah, I would say the trivia on Another Wasted Hour, the podcast, harder than the trivia here. It's pretty tricky. To defeat the Hun. Thanks for a fantastic hump day, everybody. Hope everybody has a fantastic evening. You're the brightest star like Cyrus in tonight's night sky. Color for tomorrow is deep night sky blue. You can't do deep night colors in light, but I will do as a vibrant blue as possible. So congratulations to Melissa for winning. Nika wants to just say that I have left reviews twice on Stitcher and it never shows up. Oh man, that sucks. Trey says muted before the Rickroll. Paul says I heart you, Keith. You're welcome. It was a great reading. I'm glad. I think we've been Rickrolled. Yeah, I think we have been. I had a pretty good idea it was coming once I started, but I went through with it. That is it, everybody. Until 7 o'clock tomorrow, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. If you go out, I know it's frustrating to have to put a mask on. You don't have to have it all the time. You don't have to have a mask when you're just walking through the woods. You don't need to have a mask when you're walking along the sidewalk. You don't have to have a mask in your car. You don't have to wear it all the time. You have to stay 6 feet away from people, but whenever you're in a spot when you can't do that, when it's going to be difficult because people are weird and they don't want to stay 6 feet apart for some god-awful reason. They want to complain about masks and then they want to butt up against you. It's fine. You don't have to wear a mask. You have to socially distance. If you don't, that's the give or take. But because people are dumb, you'll want to wear a mask when you're in places where it's going to be difficult to socially distance. Put the mask on. it is quite valuable, and you can see it because the places that didn't want to have masks and people were on beaches and people were being jerks about it are all trending up now. So just be careful. When you do go outside, keep in mind doors and things like that. Lots of hands get on them and people go, achoo, and then they put their hands on stuff. So when you're touching things that it's plausible that somebody else could be touching, don't touch your face after that. Even if you have your mask on, don't monkey with your mask too much because then that's touching your face, right? And then wash your hands. Wash your damn hands. Also, don't forget from time to time, you're going to need to wash your mask as well. Think of it as like, your underwear. Like you might wash your underwear. You're going to wash your underwear like usually on a pretty daily basis, right? So on your mask, you're going to want to wash that at least like every couple of days or so. So think about that, right? Don't just because the stuff's getting on it. You're using it so stuff gets on it. So then make sure you wash it. So those are things to keep in mind. Shout out once again to everybody that kept the world rolling. This might happen again, and so we'll appreciate the sacrifice that you'll make again. If you've been an essential worker, if you've been doing healthcare and you've been a mechanic and you've been a cashier and you've been stocking warehouses and you've been doing shipments and deliveries and all of that, we really appreciate it. So yeah, that is it, everybody. So until tomorrow night at 7:00, that is it. Have a good night. Bye.